Hello, everybody. Tim here, talking about some movie news today, some Star Wars movie news. And right off the top, I want to say that I apologize for the audio quality in this video. I am driving home from work currently, so if you hear some honking or some breezes or anything, it's because I'm in my car driving. And but I wanted to jump on YouTube right away to talk about this Star Wars news that dropped. So I'm at work and sit down, open up Facebook, and the first thing I see is a post from StarWars.com that Ryan, it says something along the lines of Rian Johnson is coming back to the galaxy or something. And I'm like, well, wait a minute, we haven't even gotten the movie yet. I thought that J.J. Abrams was doing episode 9. What's going on? Well, it turns out Rian Johnson is developing a 3-movie trilogy in the Star Wars universe away from the Skywalker saga. Assumably, these would be under the Star Wars story, like Han Solo story, or Solo, a Star Wars story, Rogue One, a Star Wars story, that these would take place under those titles. But confirmed from Lucasfilm and Kathleen Kennedy and Rian Johnson that Rian Johnson is developing a trilogy of films, spin-off films in the Star Wars universe. And let's talk about why this is freaking amazing. This is amazing for many reasons, but we'll go into the big ones first. And that's that, Rian Johnson is awesome. And it's been very clear from the get-go that Lucasfilm loves Rian Johnson. He has crafted something very special, I hope, with The Last Jedi. But from everything that Kathleen Kennedy has said, that Bob Iger has said, that pretty much everybody in the Disney hemisphere, Lucasfilm hemisphere has said, people are loving what he's done with the Star Wars universe in The Last Jedi. So when it was announced that he wasn't coming back for episode 9, I'm okay with that. I'm a huge Force Awakens fan. So I was excited for J.J. Abrams to come back. I kind of wish it would have been somebody different or Rian Johnson, but I'm happy with the choice of J.J. I'm happy to see him bring it home. But I was disappointed because everything we've seen and heard about The Last Jedi is just incredible. So why wouldn't you want Rian Johnson to come back? And this is the perfect way to get him to come back. There's literally no information about what these movies are going to be, other than that in the press release, they stated that while working on The Last Jedi, Rian Johnson came up with this idea for a completely new set of characters, a trilogy of films that would take place in a part of the Star Wars universe that has never been shown, presumably on film, maybe in book, but they were very clear about that it's in a part of the Star Wars universe that has never been shown, or on film, at least, which is amazing. New characters. This is great. And it doesn't need to be... This is... Okay, I'm kind of rambling, but trying to collect my thoughts. This is exactly what I want from Star Wars spin-off movies. Am I going to go see Han Solo day one? Yeah, you bet I am. Did I see Rogue One the day it came out? Of course. But I didn't really like Rogue One. I feel like I'll enjoy Han Solo for what it's worth, but it's not going to be The Empire Strikes Back of movies. It's not going to be the pinnacle of Star Wars entertainment. It's just not going to be. And if it is, I will be the first one to admit that, and I will be pleasantly surprised. But the reason that Rogue One didn't connect with me is, even though it was a brand new story, it was surrounding stuff that we have seen. It's all about the Death Star plans and the Death Star. Well, I know how that story ends. The Death Star blows up. I know it. Yeah, we got new characters like Jyn Erso and Cassian and K2SO. That's great. But I want new characters with a completely new story that I will know nothing about going into it. Going into Han Solo, I know how it ends. He eventually gets the Falcon. He eventually meets Lando. He eventually meets Chewie. He does the Kessel Run. I know all of this. And sure, it's an adventure with Han Solo that we've never seen before. That's cool, and I'm excited for that. But I don't need that to be a big movie. I want something new. I want something exciting. And Rian Johnson making a trilogy of films is just so exciting to me in a part of Star Wars that we don't know. Sign me up. Now, I know a lot of people are going to complain, well, why are we planning 3 movies before we even have 1? And I tend to agree with that statement most of the time. But in this scenario, I trust Lucasfilm, and I trust Rian Johnson most of all, to develop 3 films, a 3-act structure, knowing the way it's going to go. They did it. They've obviously done that with Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and what Episode 9 will be. Granted, there have been some things that have thrown in the mix, like Carrie Fisher passing away, Colin Trevorrow no longer directing Episode 9. So there have been things that have caused them to rework that structure. But if they, from day one, go into this saying, like, okay, this is what film 1's going to be, and it's going to be its own movie. This is what film 2 is going to be. It's going to be its own movie while also connecting to film 1. And 3 is its own movie and closes out this trilogy. Fantastic. Rian Johnson has also been confirmed to write and direct the first of these 3 films. We don't know if he's going to do 2 and 3. I would hope that he would stick around for at least the writing portion of it, to help develop and write the characters that he hypothetically is creating from scratch. I think this is nothing but positive news. And if you're a Star Wars fan, you should be jumping for joy that you're not getting a Yoda film or a Boba Fett film or a whatever film. Even the Obi-Wan film. Like, again, will I see it? Yeah, I'll see it. But it's not what I want. And Lucasfilm, I think, by doing something this ballsy, gets it. This is the Last Jedi is going to be the 3rd film that comes out since Disney has started, since Disney's owned Star Wars. And I think by now they understand that this is what people love Star Wars. And it doesn't need to be a Yoda movie or a Boba Fett movie. People just love Star Wars, and they want to always be introduced to new characters. And maybe we needed a Rogue One to do that. Something where it was safe, that people would understand and follow, but had new characters to kind of test the waters. And if that's the case, then good on Rogue One. I'm not mad that it took this long, and it hasn't even been that long. I'm not mad, though, that it took until now for them to announce this is what we're doing. I'm just happy it's happening. As a Star Wars fan, I just want Star Wars to be good. And with any property, whether it be Marvel, DC, Edgar Wright films, for God's sake, whatever it is, I just want movies to be good, especially in properties that I adore, like Star Wars. So anyway, guys, I've been ranting about this for a while. As you can tell, I'm very excited about it. I think this is going to be really good. Again, there's no release date, no plans, no anything other than the fact that he is developing them. If I had to give my guess, it'll probably go Last Jedi, Han Solo, Episode 9, and then they'll take a break. Not even a break. Or maybe the Obi-Wan movie after Episode 9, because they have announced that, I believe. I believe that's official. That they would do the Obi-Wan movie. And then after that, start this trilogy of films. Hold off on the other stories. No more Obi-Wans or, whatever. And then jump into this trilogy. And take a year off in between. We don't need a Star Wars movie every year. Would I love it for it to be every year? Yeah, but let the anticipation build a little bit. Even though I'm not a big fan of Fantastic Beasts, I like the model that they're using, where the one comes out in November, take a year off, do another one. Let the anticipation build for the film. So again, I'm very excited about this. Like I said, I think it'll come shortly after Episode 9. And this is nothing but good news for Star Wars fans. Nothing but good news. Anyway, guys, if you liked this rant, hit that like button, hit subscribe. It helps me out a great deal. Lets you stay up to date with all my latest content, and lets you listen to what I have to say when I'm driving home from work. Maybe that should be the new segment. What Tim is thinking about when he's driving home from work. Who knows? But anyway, guys, thanks as always for listening. And until next time, have a good one.